I'm Joshua Potts, Mr. Possible, always with the brother with the same mothers, Aaron Potts, Super Hot Potts, and you're watching and listening to your favorite two black runners every single
Two Black
Tuesday.
Yes, sir. We back, the whole crew, including Shade Room Chris. We about to go get dinner.
Sir.
But we got a special episode. It's going to be a little short, a little quick, but bringing back Matt Parker.
Yes, sir.
T.
What it do?
Real Talk.
Hey.
We back at Pre.
We back.
Yo, that was bar.
Hey,
2 for 2.
That was. Last year, we were here, did a podcast, everything. First time, but for all of us, the Pre-Classic, our inaugural class of Magic Boost. Hayward Magic sponsored and Insidious Mag sponsored. It was a great time. We had a great episode. This year, I don't know. Let's talk about a little bit about Pre first, just this year as well. And then let's get into just being 1 year removed from and us talking about being in our infancy of just creators and where we are kind of just now. But let's just start here real quick. Just like T, Pre was today and yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
What you think of the meet?
I think it was fire for what we had. Like, I'm just glad the weather hold up because we could have had 11 200-meter finish, but we got to see a good 10-7. So I'm happy that another 9. We got a 9 performance too. So I'm just happy that the weather held up and we got to see some fire marks on the track.
How about you, Matt? What was one of your biggest takeaways from the meet?
I'll just say we had more fans than last time, right?
Yes.
So really
nice.
the crowd being there, and you felt the energy like it was twice as much. So I think the athletes really fed off of that. And even as a content creator, like me and T ran out to go watch the women's 100. It was electric. Every single person they announced, stadium going crazy.
Yeah.
So I can just imagine what Worlds is going to be like. It was great today.
So last time we were here, the big Sha'Carri drama last time.
Yeah.
It was wild. I mean, so would you say that she redeemed herself today? 1092, took second place. How do you feel about how she
Why
did?
are you looking like that, T? You looking off to the side. Hey, she knows something. That's why she knows something.
So
She knows something.
T, go ahead, take it away.
I don't know nothing. No habla inglés. But no, I don't feel like it was it was a redemption. We could say that, but to be honest, I don't really feel like it was a redemption. I just feel like she showed up for sure. Like, as far as redemption, I feel like it's not really a redemption unless you win.
Like, that's what she was supposed to do.
Yeah.
She did what she was supposed to do.
Definitely.
Like, that's what Sha'Carri supposed to do, show up, run fast, but
yeah, I just don't really consider it a redemption because it was only her second race of the season. So it's like she's not even really in full race mode. You know what I'm saying? So, redemption, I just feel like she showed up.
I will say for me, though, we were talking about with Chris last week when we had him on the podcast. I was all like, bro, low-key, I'm hitting the panic button on Sha'Carri. Like, it took her a minute to come out.
No, I did.
She ran 11-2 something in the rain, and I was all
11-5 first run.
Yeah,
that one looked bad.
And then they had a random second race. I'm all like, what is going on? But she came out today. She got her bedazzled, looking different from everybody else. When they're on the line with everybody has uniform jerseys, but she's like, I'm gonna wear something different. I'm gonna stand out. I'm with it.
Yeah.
I'm with it. Definitely ran a 10-9 too. I'm with it. Matt, what you think about her performance and just the 100 in general as well?
I think her performance was, of course, much better than last year, right? I think it was kind of just a reestablishing because people would say, Sha'Carri's going to get blown out this year. People are going to mop the floor with her.
People are hating.
She nah, I'm still here. I'm still that girl. And she did it against many Americans, Tiana Daniels, she's the favorite right now in the
Cambria
USA.
Sturgis was in that race.
I ain't even
So you're saying
TT
you said Sha'Carri is the favorite in the U.S. right now? You feel that?
Oh, yeah, definitely, 100%.
Just over one race back.
Oh, yes.
She the favorite
definitely.
I mean, she has a 10-7 on her belt.
Bro, she just went from 11-2 to 10-9. She'll probably go 10-8 probably 2 weeks from now. And then at USA, she'll go 10-7 again. We know how this thing goes. No one is touching Sha'Carri at top end speed. Only beef I got with her today is she ghosted everybody in the mix zone. Bro, I was the first person there. I kid you not. First one I said, Sha'Carri, you got a moment? Nope. Her and TT were gone. I was like, y'all won't talk to nobody?
Yo.
Just
nobody.
T, what about you? Did you get a chance to talk to her? Because I know y'all homies.
I did. I did. I actually had a sit down with her on Friday, just talking about like track and field media and like just throwing some ideas her way, just to get her perspective on some stuff. And I got a chance to talk to her and TT after the meet, just on their friendship, because they got like a nice little dynamic going on right now, just as far as like training and stuff. Because they used to be competitors and now they're like kind of teammates in a way. So I got a chance to talk to them about that. Their energy seemed pretty good. Like I can tell they finna gear up for some fast stuff in the future. I can see it for sure.
Yeah, I'm hyped with that. And then Elaine, like, she looks untouchable. Honestly, like, I know she lost that one race this year, that Iwa Sabota.
Oh, that 60?
Yeah, that 60.
Okay.
Like, but since then, like, I put on the IG pre-classic story. She was on Stop Pre-shirt. Like, we need to start putting Stop Elaine shirts.
For real.
She don't really lose.
No. The only one who can beat her is Shelly. That's it. Like, Sha'Carri's not going to beat her. Let's just be honest. Elaine can match her bar for bar, word for word.
Bar for bar. Where's the
I'm saying, like, what can Sha'Carri do better than Elaine? Tell me something.
I don't agree with you on
Talk.
that.
She can get the attention.
I think.
What is she better?
I'm favoring Shelly right now for the
Shelly?
the fastest Jamaican right now.
Okay.
Cause Shelly she feeling herself right now. She dancing in videos, like she running fast. She's getting more confident, especially in the 200. I know y'all seen her today. Like Shelly is really showing out. Like gotta respect the Olympic champion Elaine always. But like this year, I could see Shelly.
I mean, Elaine has
upsetting.
never actually won gold in the World Championships.
Yeah.
So that is a point of order. She shows up for the Olympics. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
This summer, 2,000 of the world's best track and field athletes will compete for titles at the first ever World Athletics Championships on U.S. soil. In preparation leading up to the Worlds, we will have our Next Stop Oregon segment where we focus our attention on the world stage. And for this week, I want to talk about the performances at Prefontaine Classic that got me most excited going into the World Championships and to our Next Stop Oregon, and that gotta be Michael Norman. Michael Norman's from the IE. I watched him run in high school. I was competing around the same time. I'm from the IE, the Inland Empire. So his 43.6 at the Prefontaine Classic, 4-meet record for the world lead, one of the fastest 400-meter runs of all time, got me hyped. Like, let me tell you, bro, I'm waiting for Michael Norman to break out, and this, I think, is the performance that he needed. He went out there, performed great, and I'm hyped to see what he's going to do if he gets the chance to go to Oregon this summer. He's still going to have competition from Karani James, who is running great, by the way. Stephen Gardner, who's been virtually unbeatable when it comes to the world stage for the past about 4 years. So it's going to be a hard challenge. And even like Michael Cherry, Randolph Ross, to see what they're going to do as well. But Michael Norman, he's looking good. He's looking really, really good. That men's 400 is going to be a battle, and I can't wait to see it. Also, Keely Hodgson, you've been looking amazing as well. You've been running great. So I'm super excited for that race too after coming off a pre. There's a whole bunch to talk about, but that's all we got for our Next Stop Oregon this week. But all I gotta tell you is that you need to be a part of history. Go to Hayward Field this summer at the University of Oregon, July 15th through the 24th. Get your tickets now at worldchampsoregon22.com and watch Michael Norman win this 400 at Worlds. I'm calling it. Hey, put it down, book it. That's happening. See y'all Oregon 22. And then the men's 100, look, this was coming in like then they announced this like 2 months ago, like the most stacked men's 100 ever. It's about to be insane.
And they started dropping like flies.
Man, my knee, my calf,
my leg. But still,
my leg.
Still a great race. Trayvon comes in at the end of the day, just 993.
Yep.
With Fred was right behind him, 997. Christian Coleman 1003. I believe season best for him. But Trayvon getting the win last week, fall started in Birmingham, and come out and just really redeem himself in a way. He was hyped after the race. Is Trayvon your favorite now, like for the U.S.?
For the U.S., I would say yes, just because his start is already there, right? And so now all he has to do is just keep working on his top-end speed, because if you saw in the second half of that race, they start to close in on him a little bit. And so, but I think he's able to hold out Fred, who's a 400 guy, and he has tons of speed reserve. So that's a great sign for him. He was the fastest man in the world last year, but the question always is, and he actually spoke about this in his post-race interview, what happens when the money's on the line, right? You can run fast now, but he said, last year is not this year. Last year's times are not this year's time. So he's locked in. And he was celebrating actually 10 meters before the line.
Yeah.
So that was probably a 9.8 today in actuality.
I feel like his confidence is different this year.
I was surprised because going into this race, I thought about like Coleman, him, coming into this race with a chip on his shoulder, like, oh, I'm gonna show everybody that I'm back and I'm still really him. But Trayvon looked like he was him, and he looked like he brought that energy a little bit more than Coleman to the race. But what do you think about how Coleman performed, and where does he sit on the ladder? Is he number 2, number 3 in your eyes?
So I think right now you would have to put him at number 3, just because Fred has performed more consistently and better than Christian so far this year. But I would say Christian just needs more races. Like he hasn't run in 2 years, so he just needs reps to get his legs back underneath him and get back in race shape. So by the time we get to Worlds, I think we'll be close. I'll say Christian Coleman will be back to 90% of his old self. Right now, I'd say he's like at 70.
And like he doesn't really need to be real ready like right now.
Exactly.
You know? Like he has the birth to just straight the Worlds and everything. And that's your guy, T. Coleman. You got his bib.
He's the one.
Oh, he gave you the bib?
He's number 1.
Oh, he's him.
He's number 1.
Okay.
He's number 1. Strong.
Oh,
By far.
No comment.
I'm kidding. Nah, but for real, I think Christian Coleman, I feel like he's a little underestimated right now, but I feel like he's gonna definitely be number 1. And I hate to break it to you, but I feel like Fred Curley's number 2.
Okay.
Because Trayvon Bromell ain't really show up on these big championship meets. You know what I'm saying? And I can't really give him that.
Curley do show up every
Curley
time too.
Curley show up. He be ready. He be on go. Like even at the press conference, he was like, I came to win. Like. Feel me? Like Curly be on. Curly is Black Air Force energy.
I'll give you some. I will give you some pushback though. T. I'll give you some pushback. Trayvon today, I was speaking with him in the mix zone. He said, "I don't train to lose. I train to win." Like he is ready. Like Trayvon. Remember, last year was really his first year as a pro. In all honesty, because he was hurt in a collegiate back in 2016. You feel me? So last year was really his first year getting his palate wet on the pro level. So this is really his second year running. So, it's very close. I will say that. I don't think there's any one person where you can say, oh, they're a mile ahead of the rest of the USA field. Yeah. But I felt something different. He's gone next level.
I felt like Coleman was really calm in the press conference too.
Yeah, he was.
And he's usually someone. I'm not saying we're homies or nothing, but I know that man does not like losing. You know what I mean? You see him waving with other people. He get really hyped, but he didn't really seem phased at all by taking the loss. So
I feel like he's out there. He's feeling like I have nothing really to prove.
I feel like he got something up his sleeve, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
He ain't scared. You know what I mean? Like Bromell felt like he had something to prove today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Curly's just like, I'm gonna win, and Coleman was just like, this is practice.
This is training. Yeah, this is the training. I feel that.
Like, I'm trying to get my rhythm down.
And when I think about it, when you think about it, I'm gonna go at you with Bromell, because even last year it was kind of like this. He was dropping all these times, doing all these things, and huge, like doing all these preaching and everything and doing this, and then when it was time to do the thing on the biggest stage, he didn't have that best day. You know what I mean? So it does kind of look like last year. So I don't know. I still can't count out Coleman either, bro, because I think that dude.
That's the reigning world champion.
Yeah. And he got second indoor. You know what I mean? After not running over 2 years, being banned and stuff.
Yeah, I really like. Yeah, that was good. That was a good conversation. I really like. I like what you said though. I think Trayvon, this is like, because that was his first time really going overseas too last year. You know, and now he's getting that his rhythm and everything. But let's quit that talk about those people, the pros, the people that we get paid to talk about and promote, but the fact that we getting paid and getting promoted to do some of that type of stuff now, 1 year later, like now being back at the pre-classic from our last time talk on here, just, let's start with Matt first. Then we'll go to T over here everywhere.
Oh man, Miss Worldwide.
But Matt, how has it just been from you from the past year since leaving Magic Boost and now being back at the pre-classic?
I would say my content style has kind of changed a little bit. I'm still going to go back to my old style, but I really have leaned heavily into videography and try and make more cinematic content because I felt there was a gap in the market there, right? Because everyone does reaction videos. Everyone does like, hey, this just happened, in track and field, right? I'm like, that's cool, right? That's, as the book I'm reading, Blue Ocean, says, that's a red ocean, right? There's tons of competition. What you want to do is create your own blue ocean. So I was like, okay, there isn't really a ton of cinematic content for the sprint world, right? So I said, let me start filling that gap at the high school level. And so from there, I've been trying to do things. I got a lot of cinematic content at pre-meet, and so really just trying to become a more well-rounded content creator. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of what I've mainly been up to, covering my own kids at state, at Texas Relays, and so trying to show the people and show to businesses like, hey, I'm more than just the YouTube guy.
And like you're covering, his kids are great, bro.
Cold.
We be talking
Nice.
we be talking about him on Trackish.
Yeah.
Y'all forget I'm a coach too. I coach too. So.
And then T over here, like we've been saying, it's been all across the map. It seems like everywhere, getting every single interview, every single
She
guest.
been in every single time zone in the country. No cap.
For real though. And you became a star on the sidelines, and you're the hype woman at every single meet, it seems like, too.
I'm blessed. That's all I can say. I'm blessed. Like, I don't take none of this for granted. Like, coming into this year, I kind of stepped out on faith and like quit my bottle girl job. Like, I don't work at a club no more. So, like, I'm just blessed to be able to do this full time, and like really, I can really put my all into it now. And then, as you can see, like, it's starting to show, and it's starting to, come together. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. Like, I'm literally just putting the pieces to the puzzle together, just taking it one day at a time, to be honest. Like,
how did it feel coming to Prefontaine? Like, I've said this a million times, but last year this was like the Super Bowl for me and Joshua, and now it kind of felt like opening day. Do you feel that same way for y'all coming into it?
Definitely.
Yeah, I feel like last year it was like a culmination where it's like, man, I finally made it. This year it's like, okay, I'm supposed to be here. Like interacting with everyone, like they were happy to see us again. Like people remembered us. They're like, oh, y'all are Magic Boost. Oh, MJPTV, Real Talk, 2 Black runners. And so now it's like we have a place here. And so this was really a launching pad for all of us last year. This year is just a stepping stone. So hopefully to do bigger and better things. We got World Champs coming up. T, I know you're going. Guys, you guys are going to Worlds, right?
Yeah,
we're going.
They are.
We're going.
They're going.
Y'all are
They're
going.
They're going.
I'm hopefully going to be going. And so that'll kind of be the watershed moment, hopefully, for all of us this year to be at the launching pad. Last year launched us to this point. So
definitely. I agree. I couldn't have said it any better. I feel like this is a meet that we were all probably holding our hearts forever, because it kind of like took our careers off, and I feel like I can see us coming to this meet every year, and just
I'm down.
This is kind of like the
the reunion spot.
It's like the reunion,
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm trying to come every year and do
Facts.
something, like, and work somehow. I can't imagine not coming to this anymore.
Yeah,
Facts.
for real. And then T, you had like something to actually do here, like involved with like the meet itself. Just how was that kind of experience? Well, you already did that with Nike Outdoor Nationals, that you're involved in the meet, Oregon Relays, you're involved in the meet, but to do it like on the Diamond League type level and be involved with it, how was like that kind of experience being in that way?
It felt like every other meet, to be honest. I mean, the thing I was supposed to do, the landing pad, kind of like didn't get to happen, but I mean, it felt like every other meet, to be honest. I mean, the crowd was like loving it though. Like they were like, "We love you!" Like trying to take pictures with me. I'm like, "Y'all, I'm not an athlete." Like Raven had people out here thinking I'm an athlete. Like, girl, I do not run. But it just felt like every other meet, to be honest. I mean, the crowd, they were great. I mean, they wanted to be on camera. They wanted to be involved. Like it was. I can say that. I can say the crowd here is more wanting to be involved, because they know like. They're just as hyped as I am to be here. So that's what I can say. But yeah.
How do you feel like you've grown the most, or what area do you think you've grown the most, like in your content or just being on the sidelines, hosting?
I feel like I've grown the most. Ooh, that's a hard one. I can say this. I feel more comfortable on camera now and bringing my personality out on camera now. I feel like last year I was still comfortable being on camera, but bringing your personality out and like showing your goofy side is different than just, hi, I'm here with Matt, and like, you know what I'm saying? It's real different. So I feel like I got way more comfortable with being myself and letting my personality show on camera. My questions are getting better. I feel like I put a lot of unnecessary words and things, so that's cleared up a little bit. So yeah, that's what I can say.
And I feel like too with that, like you seem like I feel like you feel feel more comfortable because like you know a lot of people.
Yeah.
It seems like
This is the plug right here.
For real though.
You know what I mean?
Really, I'm the plug. Really, I'm the plug.
like how is it to feel like, man, I'm kind of like I'm coming to this track meet to like interview these athletes and do this, but I'm meeting up with like friends in a sense, like friends that I made through my real talk interviews and just conversating just through DMs or something like that. How does it feel to be able to see friends as you come to this reunion?
It's a blessing, and it still shocks me. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was telling Aaron like a couple days ago, I feel like I really didn't do nothing, but like I literally just had conversations with every athlete that kind of like walked by. They was just like, "What's up, T?" Like, and it just feel like, what? Like y'all want to talk to me? But like, I mean, that's the vibe I give, and that's all I want. Like I just want athletes to feel comfortable talking to me, sharing whatever they want to share, and just a safe space. Like I love it. I love it.
I really think that goes a long way. Definitely just the conversations, because I feel like sometimes like I don't know. I'm gonna say this. I don't like. Sometimes I don't want to interview you.
Yeah,
like maybe like I want to get someone else that has an interview, but like, bro, like I really just want to talk to you for a second.
What's up?
You know, like I want to just like, how was your race? How was it going? I'm not just saying that just for to get on the camera. Like I'm really interested. Like, wait, how are you going? Because I'm invested in like your career in a sense. Like I want to see you succeed. You definitely have people that like athletes like, dang, I would love for that person to go to the world championships and do this and that. And like, how's it been have you felt like you've made more of those connections?
Oh man, you just hit the nail on the head.
Facts.
I had an amazing conversation just off camera. If Raven Saunders ever tells you to go take a walk with her, you go take that walk. You're gonna have a great conversation. Like we just were walking around the graduate, just shooting anything, just like, hey, how are we gonna fix track and field? Like, how do we, promote the throws? So really, I feel like this year the off-camera relationship has gone to the next level for me.
Yeah.
Because even with Michael Norman, I just pulled him and Anna Cockrell too. I pulled both of them to the side because one of my athletes, Darius Rainey, he's going to USC.
Oh,
and
yeah,
so
yeah,
I just
yeah.
asked them, like, how are you successful at USC? What do I need to tell him so that way I know he'll be okay to make the right choices in LA. So really, I feel like those relationships are even more important than the interviews.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like that Ahmad Rashad, Stephen A. Smith relationship. Like Stephen A. Smith and Al Iverson have a deep relationship, even though Stephen A. Smith is a commentator, right? Like Ahmad Rashad and MJ had a crazy good relationship. So try and build that with athletes.
For sure, that definitely goes a long way in improving the sport. For real, you don't want animosity in the mix zone. You want to just be like, yo, what's up? What's good? Like you should be able to see them out and talk to them. And you said just really just shoot. And that's really cool with like Raven asking you like, yo, how do we improve the throws? Because she recognizes like, yo, you're really putting in work to try and make this sport better. And I can like trust you with my thoughts because I know you're gonna take them and you're gonna create something. So that's really cool to hear that.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like every athlete kind of just sees any young person that's at the meet and like that's doing media, like, hey, this person's like, they're trying to make change. Like no matter they may not even seen maybe just one piece of their work, but like they see that this person's gonna be here for the next 30 years potentially. So like
That's
this is the
crazy.
person that I need to like we can help make this sport better. And let's ask this question as we're about to come out. I just thought of this, but like for UT, a year removed from last year, do you feel like the sport is in a better place? Do you feel like it's better in any type of way?
Yeah, I do. Baby steps, a baby step better. You know what I'm saying? It could be way better, but I feel like we're moving in the right direction. Like I heard him say at the press conference, like this is the most media passes they ever gave out for this meet. Like just something like that. That's big. Like, okay, people want to come. More media's coming to town, which probably because Worlds is here too. But like, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like we're moving in the right direction, slowly, but we're moving.
I would definitely say yes. Just based off the press conference this year, let me tell y'all something. Magic Boost dominated.
It was our press conference.
It
Bro,
was.
like 90% of the questions were from our group. And so the fact that we are confident enough where we're taking the reins and really, changing the sport ourselves. We don't have to wait for anybody else to do it. We're doing it ourselves. So just the fact that we're growing, we know the sport is growing.
Joshua, how do you feel about that? Do you feel like the sport has grown when you're removed?
I would say the baby steps too.
Yeah.
Definitely the baby steps. I think there's definitely I think there's, like you said, like we can take the sport and we can change it, and we don't have to wait for nobody. But there's certain things just out of our control that are keeping the sport back until like. But I think what we do and the attention that we can bring to it, and the attention that we can like the dude Alex who was on the Magic Boost, how he had that video with Clayton Murphy mic'd up. I think that's just such it's such an illustration of what can be in the sport, and such a creative idea of what can happen. So like those little steps can show like, bro, like this can be cool, this can be tight, and I just hope that continues, you know.
Yeah, I would say the same. I would definitely say baby steps too. And one thing I think is like, as we continue to grow and be in this sport, we're bringing our audiences. Like when you said all those media passes, all those people have their own separate audiences, and it shows that like people want to know what's going on at this press conference. So I think that's really cool to see, and I think more young people are just being encouraged that there is a place for them in the sport, and ultimately that's what's going to continue to grow it. And you know, the older people are going to retire one day. So
That's facts.
Go start collecting Social Security or something.
And we young though, but we appreciate you, Matt. We appreciate you, T.
Hey, thank you.
Hopefully run this back for a third time next year.
Definitely.
That would be lit. But yeah, appreciate y'all.
Thank y'all.
Hey, shout out to Black Runners.